Uh, yeah, my wife always says I got a gutter mouth at home, so I'm going to say that was an HE double hockey stick weekend of baseball instead of what I really probably am thinking. That was just a heck of a ball game all weekend long. I mean, obviously a great opponent, and I want to speak to UNC and just the tough hitters that we had to face. And the well-coached team, we knew they'd sacrifice, squeeze. You know, we were trying to defend it all. We were putting shifts on, and they did a great job, obviously, of getting the perk today early and being aggressive. I thought that was their plan. We were trying to make pitches, and obviously they got their job done early. But I got to pivot now and just talk about my ball club or our ball club and just the fight that these guys showed all year. You know, we talked early in the year when we came together and talked about what our goals and aspirations are and how, you know, people use big words. You know, they want to be the best. They want to go to Omaha. They put it in all these locker rooms and every place. And we decided that we had to work so hard. I can't describe in a press conference how hard this group has worked when we talked about that and said we walk the walk and grind it out. And then the second thing we talked about, and we say it every day, we want to be what's called blue collar. And to me, when I got here, that means you're just absolutely tough. I came from Maine. And in Maine, you got some negative 20 degrees. And I was told, just when you think you got enough firewood, you better keep chopping wood because it gets so damn cold, you got to fill up another 5 cord. So that was blue collar when I was up there. That's what I was talking about, how hard you work. And these guys, it took some time. I mean, you're not going to invent Rome in one day, and certainly I give all the credit to our players, how tough they became and how, and it's not fake energy, it's not fake toughness, it's not pounding your chest. It's about focusing, it's about locking in when you have to do it. And it's about attitude. You know, it's contagious. You shake somebody's hand really soft, they're going to shake it back. You shake it aggressively and pat them on the shoulder, they're going to copy you. That's our attitude. And these guys bred on each other. They created this atmosphere, and they walked the walk. They walked the walk. And the foundation, I said there's 101 years at Stetson baseball. And Coach Dunn's here, and he's had a lot of those great years. But I got to go on a limb and be just a little bit selfish. I told these guys that's the greatest team in the history of Stetson baseball. So I got to kind of argue that one maybe later on when we get back. But what they accomplished, the foundation that these guys set for us moving forward, it's a head coach's dream. It's a recruiting dream to tell this story and share this story down the road. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to move forward and build off the positive that we had from our season and certainly a competitive tournament. We've now been in a super regional, so we checked that off our box, and we now know a little bit more about how to win a super regional. We hosted a regional. We got that checked off. We know how to do that, and maybe we'll do it better next time. All right, so we got one more step for this program moving forward, and we know we're going to get there someday. So that's it.
Brooks, did you think you got enough of it? And how frustrating is it to, in the same situation 2 days in a row, to hit the daylights out of the ball, but just kind of not far enough?
Yeah, you know, I thought I got it. You know, I had a plan going up for the at bat. You know, I played with Hyatt over the summer, and I knew that he was going to pound the zone with changeups, and I know it's his plus pitch. So, you know, going up there, I know that that's the approach I have to have, and just to, you know, stay through the middle of the field. Unfortunately, I hit it to the deepest part of the field. You know, it's not frustrating. I'd probably use a different word. I don't know exactly what that is at the moment, but you know, I'm thankful that, you know, I was able to get both of those opportunities. You know, I think there's a lot of guys on this team that are blue collar, like Coach said, and that would want that opportunity. But you know, I was happy it was me, and you know, I did everything I could.
Coach, you talk about Perkins' start, his shortest of the year. It seemed to, I mean, he was on all the strikes. They were just hitting everything. What did you see out of him?
You know, obviously just a little bit up in the zone and behind, and you know, it's a credit to UNC. I mean, they're not here by accident. They're not going to Omaha by accident, and you know, they had a lot of 2-0, 2-1 counts, ball up in the zone, and they put great swings and they put barrels on it, and they got to them early. You know, and so we had to make a change and try to hold it. And I thought Mitch came in and did a great job, and you know, then obviously Brooksy, we're in a win at all cost situation, so get him the game and just wanted to keep it to 3 and chip back and see if we can kind of fight back. And you know, we didn't push panic buttons. This team just was going to chip back. There's 13 hits on the board. There was a bunch of loud outs by us too as the game went on too. There was a lot of fly outs and some balls that were hit that could have started some big innings. The play of the game was made by their second baseman on Georgie Arenas. That made that play. They were in great shifts. They did their homework just like we thought we did, and that kid made a 2-run save to get that ball. We thought it was at 6-5 at that point, at least 6-4. So you know, I thought UNC played tremendous defense. Kuzi had a great bunt. Their left-hander came off the mound with his glove flip and made that play. Their third baseman made a lot of great plays to his glove side on us that, you know, we usually can bang those through for hits. So so I thought that was another part, a big part of the game, not just them hitting the ball, but they played good defense.
Going forward, I mean, next year, I know it's, you know, on the page yet, but you got starting lineup today. You guys have 7 of the 9 guys coming back. I know you're losing Gilbert. Perkins and Gonzalez going to have some decisions to make, but largely you return almost everybody. Talk about just the momentum this program has.
Yeah, it's the foundation. I mean, you know, we got to continue to keep grinding. I think the biggest part for our returning guys is, you know, they're going to go away to summer ball and they're going to get a year older just because the calendar pages flip. But they got to get a year better, and that's part of our jobs as coaches to make them a year better. We're extremely excited about our recruiting class coming in with a good JUCO arm and a couple drafted kids that are probably going to show up on campus. That'll add a little depth to our team and build for the future. And we have some guys that are reserves this year that are good ball players that are going to now step in and fill some roles, and they're going to compete with our roster just like we did it again. And they're going to compete in the fall and try to make this team one notch up the ladder.
Jonathan, I believe they said that was your first homer of the year. What did you hit? And after the 4-run first, how much important was that to kind of get the ball rolling to start chipping away?
Yeah, I hit a fastball away. I knew Luca was going to pound the zone. I played with him. We're both from New Jersey, so I played with him for a long time. Knew he was going to do that, just try to jump on a first pitch fastball, and luckily hit it over the fence. Going up against the 4 runs that they just put up, there's momentum, try and kill their momentum and kind of swing it our way a little bit.
Yeah, Jonathan, just following up on that, did you share anything with your father about playing a game here? He had obviously several games against Carolina, but did have a shutout just across the street where you hit your first home run.
Yeah, he mentioned it a little bit, but I mean, yeah, just mentioned it and kind of bragged about it a little bit, and that was it.
John, you're one of the guys coming back, loaded class next year. Talk about, you know, you're going to be a senior. You're going to be one of a bunch of seniors. What did this year teach you, and what can you guys, the guys returning, bring into next year to keep this going?
Yeah, I think I learned so much this year. I mean, it was my first year, and everybody opened me with, or welcomed me with open arms, and I'm grateful for that. And just the whole group together just gelled amazingly, and I'm looking forward to getting the freshmen in and the JUCO arm. Just try and get to this point again and win it.
Austin, as a senior, who's been here and watched this program go to this point, when you reflect back on what this team accomplished and what this building process has been like, what kind of comes to your mind?
Yeah, I would say, speaking for the seniors, we've had a wild ride this year. Not one coach on our staff is from my freshman year, so I've been through a ton of coaching changes and a ton of competition with different recruiting classes coming in, everything like that. And I've been through winning the conference championship and the 6th seed. Been through it all, and it's been the most fun ride I've ever been a part of. It's funny because was telling people the other day, like I forgot what it was like to lose. We were on like an 18-game win streak, and we got to the, we lost yesterday, and it was weird, like on the bus, like not knowing what to do, and looking back on it, like in 20 years now, like Coach Shipper said, like I would argue that this is the best team in Stetson history, and I'm thankful to be a part of it. In 20 years now, when we have our reunions and stuff like that, we can all, kind of share the fun joys of playing in this crowd. It's the most live crowd I've ever been playing in front of, and it was fun, and I'm thankful for the memories.
Any other questions? Great, thanks, Walt.